All right, Nick, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. This whole offseason, we've been talking about rookies, veteran free agents who've come into this team and really started to show out and show off. And, we talked about the Brock Bowers of the world. We talked ad nauseum about all of the great picks the Raiders made. But I think today we should talk about a guy who is already on this team and seems to be making the leap. And you say this all the time in the videos, and I think it's true. A lot of people come in and think, hey, this is like Madden. A guy comes onto the field, he comes in year one, and he performs sometimes in this situation, we're talking about a subpar level, and that's it. They're never going to get any better. The grade is the grade, and they're not going to get any better, which that's just not true. And that's not true for this instance in the Raiders and Trey Tucker as well. He has been improving, and Antonio Pierce has noticed as such. Let's get into the article, and we can talk more about this on the other side. This, of course, is over on Sporting News. It says, in his presser, Pierce mentioned two Raiders players who believed he took big leaps this offseason. Wide receivers Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers. This is specifically about Tucker, though. One guy that obviously stood out this offseason is Trey Tucker, Pierce said. Different dude. Looks different. Acts different. Runs different. Catches the ball different. Don't look at the size. Don't mention that. Watch him play. He's the biggest guy out there. He had a hell of an offseason. He came back right after the offseason program in the Super Bowl, got in here and started working. He was here every day, blazing. We know about the speed, but everything we talked about working on, he took that to another level. You can see the look in his eye of a confident player, of a guy that wants to constantly get better. I mean, this is about as good of praise as I've ever heard from a coach about a second-year player, especially. I think this is huge for the Raiders. Nick, I'm curious what your thoughts on this one are. But Raiders fans, in the comment section below, let us know, who is your favorite Raiders wide receiver of all time? There's a lot of greats. The Raiders, historic organization. But let us know in the comments below who was your favorite. And while you're down there, check out the description of the video and check out our list of recommended books about the NFL. It's going to make you be the smartest person in the comment section. So check out our books in the description of the video below and, maybe get one. This is a great time of the year to get some books. Father's Day right around the corner. Last minute stuff on the horizon here. So check out our list. But Nick, what are your thoughts on Trey Tucker?
You brought it up in the opening. It's important that the biggest leap always happens if you look at players is from their rookie year to their second year. We talk about all the time at the quarterback position, right? Oh, that's when the biggest leap's going to happen. But other players are like that too, and we kind of forget and sleep on that. And we see a guy like Trey Tucker here, and it's important, right? These are guys, rookies last year. They joined the team late April, early May, whirlwind. They were doing combine prep, draft prep, all that kind of stuff. They were kind of flying by the seat of their pants, right? It was just a fire hose of information and stuff at them all the offseason as they got ready as rookies. Now they have an opportunity, those rookies last year, to take advantage of a full offseason and really get better. A lot of them, unfortunately, don't. Trey Tucker is the opposite. He did. He put in the time, he put in the effort, and he's ready to take that next step. I think the Raiders have a breakout star at wide receiver to play opposite of Davante Adams, specifically as a big play threat. In fact, if you look at throughout the entire NFL last year, there of players that had at least 30 targets, okay? Trey Tucker finished second in the NFL in yards per reception, right? Second, right? You don't hear that a whole lot. And if you look at his numbers, he picked up a lot of speed towards the end of the season. He finished the season with 19 catches. He had 12 of those catches, okay, 11 of those catches. Oh, 11. Yep. Just want to double check. 11 of those catches over that final 4-game stretch, right? So this is a guy who was finally getting, things under control when Antonio Pierce took over, finally figuring out how to be an NFL wide receiver. And he took that momentum in late December, early January. We see this all the time from rookies. They get better. They figure things out at the end of the season. Then the end of the season comes, and then they go to, Cabo for 3 months or whatever, right? Not Trey Tucker. He took the opportunity. He finally started to feel better at the end of the season, started putting up some good numbers. And what does he do? He goes straight into the lab, straight into the facility to get better this offseason. And he is impressing a lot of people so far. Davante Adams is the clear number one. Obviously, Bowers is just going to be an awesome playmaker. Mayer's doing a lot of things. Myers can work in the slot. But one thing missing for the Raiders is a clear big play threat at the wide receiver position. It's not missing anymore. It's Trey Tucker, and he's about to be a star.
Yeah, Nick, and I think this is fantastic. It's like you said, you love it to see a guy put it together all at the end of the season. It's like you said, A lot of times, NFL is a long season. It's a brutal season. And these guys, they deserve breaks. But sometimes when you get really good at something, it's like, maybe basketball. Shoot till you miss or shoot till you make it. You make it and, you go back and sometimes there are those players that go out there, well, I got to go for another one. I got to keep going. I got to keep this momentum. Or there's a type of player who's like, all right, I made it. That's it. I'm walking off the court. I'm going home. Gonna go do whatever. Trey Tucker is that first type of guy. When he makes a shot, he wants to go back again and again. And same thing with success on the football field. So I love that. You love hard workers. That is the culture of this Raiders team now. They're gritty. They're determined. They're just different than other players in the NFL. And I think that's why Trey Tucker is a perfect fit on this new Antonio Pierce team. And I love this because you know that Trey Tucker is excited. How many times have you been doing something in your career when someone notices that you've been putting in the work? It's probably one of the best things that can happen to you as a human being, really. Not even just sports, not work, anything. Anytime in life, you're putting in the effort, you're making an effort to get better, and someone comes out, especially your elder in this situation, your boss, comes out and really just admonishes that you've been doing fantastic. That has to feel great as well. So I think we're about to see, like you said, a lot of Trey Tucker. I think we're going to see him all over the field this season. I think this is going to be a big year for second-year players on the Raiders.